Monday night on Blog Talk Radio. It's time for the nerds to come out.
Mowing my front lawn. I know they're all thinking I'm so white and nerdy. Things are just too white and nerdy. Things are just too white and nerdy. Can't you see I'm white and nerdy? Look at me, I'm white and nerdy.
Here at MIT, got skills, I'm a champion of D&D. MC Escher, that's my favorite MC. Keep your 40 out, just have an Earl Grey tea. My rims never spin, to the contrary. You'll find that they're quite stationary. All of my action figures are cherry. Stephen Hawking's in my library.
White and nerdy. Look at me, I'm white and nerdy.
You're listening to Nerdwave Radio. Welcome to Nerdwave Radio, right here on Blog Talk Radio and YouTube.
Boom!
We have a special guest in the studio.
It's me.
Jacob is
Mario.
in the studio.
Jacob is in the house.
I'm Derek. This is Terry. That's Jacob. This is Nerdwave Radio.
That's right.
Tonight we're going to be talking about a bunch of different things, but one of the things we are going to be talking about is Jurassic World.
Jurassic World. I don't care what anybody says. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
We're going to talk a little bit about that, and we've got a whole bunch of things in store for you here on Nerdwave. We're going to be. It is June 1st, 2015, which means that Terry's Sci-Fi Book of the Month changes.
Oh, shit. Yes. What is the book of the month?
We're going to be talking about that later on. If you want to get a hold of us, you can do that at nerdwavetonight@gmail.com. You can also follow us on nerdwaveradio.com. Follow us on all the things that we are doing. Some of the websites that we look at later on today or later on tonight, we're going to be talking about some of the news that's coming off of nerdbasters.com. We do have DudeIWantThat.com up.
Dude, I want that.
Did you get a chance to see that, Terry?
I did. I do want the Tron light up nightie for my wife.
Yes, that is.
Who doesn't want that? Get that for myself.
You can also follow us on our Facebook at Nerdwave Radio. All kinds of things going on. Tonight, we are going to be talking about Jurassic World, but we must begin, as we always do on Nerdwave Radio,
Super fight
with the super fight. So, Jacob, get that going for us with the super fight, because I don't think we ever really know what's
make
going
up
on.
crap.
We do make up crap.
Dude, you got the, what did you do?
We're not quite sure.
You just mixed all of the colors in the deck,
A little bit. Just,
how do you even play like this?
Just a little bit. We did that. We kind of make up our own rules, which is
do.
fantastic.
That's what makes any game fun.
Yeah.
Except
So-
when you mix the cards.
So we're,
Dinosaur does
every
not
week,
want to cooperate.
every week here on Nerdwave Radio, we do a super fight, and I have won almost all the time.
You've won all of them so far. I hate you.
Yes, because Terry has a lot of trouble with it. So let's just.
you make a point and just like, oh, that's a good point. I
give up.
I give up.
So
make up that
Jake's gonna just pass those out. Give us a card and see what happens here.
All right, wait. What's the stipulation?
I don't know. Is there supposed to be stipulation?
No, are you fighting or are you like who's the best kindergarten teacher?
Terry and I always fight. I didn't know we could.
Yeah.
You
I
can
didn't know we
totally
could
do
that.
who would be the best blank. Street performer, kindergarten teacher.
Oh, no, we always fight.
Yeah, we just fight.
I mean, it says super fight, so it's not
Yeah.
like super.
What kind of a
person.
super fight is it when you
we-
decide
you
who
don't
wants to be the
fight.
best
when you get bored and you mix
You
the
gotta come
cards
to
to
blows.
hell. And
Yeah, that's
you can't do
crazy.
it.
That's crazy. No, we're fighting on this thing.
That's
So
just crazy talk.
pass these out. Pass them out. We don't have a whole lot of time here
Well,
on
I
super
can't.
fight.
Hold on. All right, how many you want?
I just
Just
one.
one each.
Yeah, just
Disclosure:
one each.
this is not how you actually play super fight.
This is how you play
But-
super fight on Nerdwave
It
Radio.
is. Hey.
It's got to be fun. I'm gonna look at this first one that I
You're
got.
gonna get two black
I've
cards.
had, we've
Aight.
had this one before.
Yeah, because it's a small deck, man.
It is. I haven't had this one, but we do.
I
All right,
haven't.
and you,
I'm feeling
and,
good.
you get. I'm gonna give you two.
What the heck? Two black cards?
Two black. Pick the best one.
Okay, two black.
Oh.
Pick the best one. All right, that's gonna be. Oh,
Shoot,
give me another one.
sorry.
Give me two more. Here we
Oh.
go.
I
All right.
dropped it.
I'll go with that
and
one. I'll go with this one.
you're on a roller coaster.
Okay.
We're on a roller coaster. I've got this. I think I've got this.
I don't think so. Because okay, here's what I am. I am on a roller. I'm riding all kinds of things.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure how this is going to work out, but I am on a roller coaster. I am an Amazon warrior riding a nuclear missile.
So
On a roller coaster.
the
Yes,
roller coaster,
absolutely.
if it stops, everything stops. Like
Pretty
something
much.
goes-
Pretty much.
I don't know. See, now I'm
What do you have?
Hercules,
No.
armed with a machete.
No.
That's
Yes.
pretty
Hercules.
bad.
I'm a demigod. I'm half god.
That
Are
is.
you like The Rock
shoot.
wearing a
Ooh.
lion?
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
big
ooh.
old lightning strike. We could see
For
it
those
outside.
you might be able to
Did
hear
everyone
it.
hear that lightning strike?
Yep, I heard it. Did
I
you
didn't.
hear
I
it?
was
I
too busy
heard.
talking.
I heard the lightning.
You guys don't have your ears in, do you?
I heard
There's
the
the
lightning.
thunder.
I saw the thunder.
I have my plug in my ear because I'm listening because I have to listen on the board, and I heard it in my
Oh, really?
my ear. Yeah, I heard
Hope
the
we
snap.
don't lose power.
For those of you who are listening on Blog Talk Radio,
Thanks.
if all of a sudden we just disappear, it's because we're experiencing some sort of a lightning storm here. And if you're hearing cracks on the radio,
You're
that
probably in the lightning storm. Too.
that is because a lightning. I'm still sticking with mine. I am not sure
Hercules.
what's the difference between
sure.
an Amazon warrior and Hercules, really? Because
Hercules is stronger than an Amazon warrior.
but I don't have to get real close to Hercules. I just boom with the
Wait, are
nuclear
you
missile.
are you like from the Amazon, or are you an Amazonian like woman, like
Think
Wonder Woman?
Think Wonder Woman.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
thinking Wonder Woman.
Yep,
but
that's-
not Wonder Woman because that's cheating.
That's cheating.
Because your thing would say you were Wonder Woman.
Ooh, I don't know. I would say Hercules would be.
I
Amazon
am
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman's mentor.
You can't just say that.
I'm an Amazon.
Yeah, you can't just add
I'm an
that.
Amazon warrior
Wait a
who
minute.
just happened.
Yeah, but see, I've
little
got,
backstory. Can-
No, you can't have any. But the backstory's in the
What the
cards.
hell? Why
of
not?
Which you
I
mixed
don't
up
get it.
terribly.
I don't get that. Okay.
Why do you win, Uncle Terry?
Why do I win? I'm Hercules armed with a machete.
What are you gonna do?
We can't define the win with
gonna-
with the same thing. It's like saying milk is
Right.
milk.
I'm going to hack and slash.
Can't get close enough. I'm too
I'm gonna
fast.
throw it at you.
You're on a
Oh, I
roller
know.
coaster.
I'll jam the
You can't say-
machete into the wheels of the roller coaster, and the centrifugal force will bing, fling you and your nuclear bomb.
Here's what
Away.
I'm going to say. I'm just doing this. Me, as an Amazon warrior riding a nuclear missile, I'm taking myself out with everybody. I'm blowing up the missile.
But you lose.
Yeah, I was going to say
too.
that.
You don't
Well,
win.
would that be a draw then?
You
Because
don't
we're all
win.
dead.
But you didn't kill me. I killed myself.
Good point.
Yeah, but that's lame.
That's
Really? I thought that was the ultimate in super fight.
No, you get.
I
the
gave
title.
my life to take out Hercules.
You get the
Isn't
title
that-
of lame.
Oh,
would
damn.
Hercules really be killed by a nuclear bomb? Let's be honest.
I don't know.
here.
He's like I said. He's kind of a demigod.
yeah,
Not a
but
full blown god.
all right. You know what? I'm gonna give this one to you.
No.
Hey,
What do you think, Jake? You get to make the
I'm saying,
decision.
I don't think you get to give him anything. I think he earned that.
Really?
He earned that victory.
Shit.
He earned
Finally,
that, man.
what? It's like, is this our fourth one, fifth one? Jeez, about time.
Yeah, absolutely. Super fight. Amazon warrior loses to Hercules, the
Hercules.
demigod,
With a machete.
with a machete.
Machete.
I still think it would be close. Because I think there
That's
is
just
some
'cause
sort
I'm-
of self-detonation
That's
that
because
if
I'm
you
fickle
killed
and I
me,
don't like when it's like,
Oh,
I have
yeah,
all the
it took
power
to your
ever.
heartbeat.
it took to my heartbeat, and if you kill me, and when I die, he blows up himself. So Hercules dies too. It's just one of those things. I do want to get to nerdbastards.com. Nerdbastards.com is a great nerd. It's actually called nerdbastards.com, a site for the socially awkward.
seen that.
There's a lot of great nerd news on nerdbastards.com. If you go and follow us, or if you even just go to nerdwaveradio.com, there's a little link that'll take you to nerdbastards.com. Don't like them more than us, but still,
Don't do that.
a little bit of news.
You lose every match of Super Fight.
Yeah, here's the one thing that I did want to say.
Dropping cards.
Yeah, we do that.
Just a couple things. It came out in Time Magazine, of all places.
Oh, really?
That must be huge. If it came out in Time Magazine,
That or they're desperate for news.
That's
one
the
or the other.
jam.
I don't
Man,
think
things are going wrong
what
here.
the heck,
Everyone's
man? You
dropping
sitting there
everything.
playing with the dinosaurs.
Lightning striking the studio.
Sorry.
These
Here's
are weird.
Andy Serkis. Everybody knows that he's going to be in the new Star Wars.
He's the man.
Right.
And everybody was waiting to see what he was going to do. Was he going to be an actual person? Was he going to be
CGI type?
Mocap.
mocap, motion capture? What was he going to do? It is going to be some motion capture because he was seen in mocap, but he's been given a name, and that's all he will say. He won't say whether he's mocap, whether. And they actually went back to all the stories. He is actually Supreme Leader Snoke.
Snoke.
Okay.
I don't
And
know
they
Star Wars.
said
know who
they
that
But
would.
if your title is Supreme Leader anything, then that's
Well,
pretty cool.
they said that the only Star Wars reference to anyone named Snoke is a background character named Snoke Loren from the 1992 novel The Last City of the Jedi, who was a Corellian pilot serving the rebels. He also apparently died during Return of the Jedi's Battle of Endor. So basically, not the same guy. So what they're saying is they don't really know who this is. I don't know if he's a new character that they're introducing.
Right.
Obviously, Andy Serkis, anybody who follows anything in the nerddom knows Gollum, Caesar in Return of the Planet of the Apes. He also played a part in the last Avengers, Age of Ultron.
His arm cut off.
Got his arm cut off. He was an arms dealer. So we will see. What I am not jazzed about that coming out at all.
Why?
Because I'm not a Star Wars fan.
Why not? Because you're lame.
Pretty much. Dwayne Johnson, we're going to be talking about. We're going to do an At the Movie segment here in a little bit. We saw him in San Andreas, but it looks like he might be eyeing a remake of Big Trouble in Little China. Remember that with Kurt Russell?
See, I'm too young for
Oh,
that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know, man. That's going to be hard to beat Kurt Russell. That's going to be tough.
That's a cult kind of
I
movie,
love
Big
that.
Trouble in
Wasn't
Little
San
China.
Andreas
I
a remake?
love that movie.
I don't know. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. Maybe Terry will know. I'm not sure. Also, this is kind of a bummer. Netflix, they're starting to have their original series. Hulu Plus has their original series. Jake, you were talking about one you were watching earlier today
Moon Boy.
called Moon Boy.
Watch it.
If you've got
Moon
Hulu
Boy.
Plus, check out
Moon Boy.
It's my kind of humor.
check out
So
one
it
called
probably
Moon
isn't
Boy.
anybody else's.
So Netflix has some of their originals. I think I'm not sure if Flash is. I'm not sure. I don't think Flash is, but Netflix has some of its
Yeah,
originals.
they've got. I think they've got going on Daredevil.
Daredevil.
Which is good. I must admit, I like
I've heard
it.
it's really good.
It's good.
Netflix is looking at putting ads in their original series. Remember, that was what separated them from Hulu Plus, was that
Yeah.
Netflix has
You didn't
no
have to
ads.
put
Oh,
up with that.
Netflix.
But what they're reporting is that it's just going to be during their original series
Okay, I
shows.
don't watch those.
So
Well, that's what we do watch. So that kind
Yeah.
of sucks.
Also, I shared I shared this with you guys before we went on air. I don't know what Marvel is thinking, but on June 3rd, Marvel Comics is coming out with a spin-off of Groot. Groot, of course, from Guardians of the Galaxy, which I did not care for.
Because you're crazy.
What?
Yeah,
This guy.
it's not that I
This guy.
not that I didn't like
This
it.
guy over here.
I thought it was slow, but I'm not going to be the nitpicky
Well, that was
bastard
because
that
of
everybody,
Groot.
that I always yell at people for doing. It just wasn't one of my favorites. I was expecting something else and didn't get it. So
get you. Okay.
I'll bet if I rewatch it and not fall asleep this time,
That might help.
it would be good.
know how it
I think
ended,
if I
but-
watch it now that I have a greater appreciation for Chris
Chris
Pratt, because I love him
Right.
in Parks and Rec, I will like it. You liked it, didn't you, Terry?
Yes, I did. I thought it was great. I need to watch it again, as a matter of fact.
And Jake, you loved it.
That was my favorite Marvel.
Although I think we can all agree that I don't see a spin-off for Marvel
Not for Groot.
for Groot.
How are you going to do Groot? I mean, come on.
You gotta have Rocket following it.
Well, yeah, he'll have to have the raccoon. 'cause-
Well, I'm reading
They're
reading
partners.
just a little bit from nerdbastards.com. It says it took three simple words to steal viewers' hearts in Guardians of the Galaxy. I am Groot. So completely smitten were we with this tree that the folks at Marvel's have seen fit to give Groot his own comic series. Set to debut June 3rd, some preview pages of the comic have been released from the Marvel team to prove that, yes, it is possible to build a cohesive storyline around a main character whose vocabulary is limited to 3 words.
I'm going to buy it, and I'm going I'm going to buy it, I'm going to see.
Evidently,
we'll
what they
see.
said is that the raccoon drives a lot of it. What's his name?
Yeah, he's got
Rocket.
to.
Rocket?
Rocket?
And
As
that was
opposed to
Bradley
Rocky,
Cooper.
which is a song
not
by the
real.
Beatles.
That was Bradley Cooper, right?
Yep.
Who
yeah.
did Rocket.
Yeah.
Anyway, it seems, and if you go on Time or nerdbastards.com, click on that article.
Oh, is that some of
You
the
can see
pages?
some of the pages. Groot. I just can't. I think Marvel's stretching on that. That's just a moneymaker crap.
Yeah, that's all that is.
That's just a moneymaker thing. I don't think.
I love it.
Really?
I'm all for it. I can't wait.
Now, the other thing
would
they
buy
were
the first
talking
one and
about,
take a look at it.
and a lot of people were talking about this, and my son-in-law, Zach, has talked a lot about this, and I'm not sure what channel it's on or if it's on Netflix or whatever. Everybody's been talking about Arrow. Have you seen Arrow?
I've
there was
watched
another
the
one.
first 2 or 3 episodes. That's been about it. And then I sort of got bored.
It wasn't your jam.
Yeah, it wasn't my thing.
Evidently, there's going to be
Evidently,
some.
it's good.
Evidently, there's going to be some
you're
sort
wrong.
of huge, giant SummerSlam for Arrow. For those of you who are Arrow fans, check that out. Also,
check it out.
yeah.
I've actually heard the critics are liking it. They're actually liking Flash as well.
And you know what?
I
I've
need to
heard
watch all 3 of those. I need to watch
everybody
all
is
3.
talking about Daredevil as well. That the fight
I am
scenes,
liking
Gritty.
Yes.
the fight scenes in Daredevil. I
Bones
think it was
popping
you.
out,
That, yeah.
through people's eyes.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
crazy
He
things.
broke that one dude's arm. I was like, oh, I can't believe it.
Also, there is a rumor, and I don't know if we talked about this on last week or not. I know that I've placed it on Nerdwave's Facebook, and again, you can find that Nerdwave Radio. Also, follow us at nerdwaveradio.com.
Do it.
CBS is looking at a new Star Trek.
Yes.
I'd heard that
Yeah,
with
yeah,
Worf.
and the
And
Worf,
I'm
Captain Worf.
excited
That
for
would
it.
be cool.
Captain Worf.
Captain Worf is the one who's trying to bring that
Yeah, a
out.
lot more violence, I'm thinking.
Yeah. Also, you'll know that Ghostbusters is coming out with a
Yeah.
remake, and it's all going to be an
Yeah.
all-female
I'm
cast.
excited because I
Cast.
think Cecily Strong is going to be in that.
I do not know who that is. Who's that?
I think they're all from SNL.
Probably.
No kidding.
From Ghostbusters. Yeah, Cecily Strong is my
I don't
woman.
know.
Okay, I'm
It's
gonna
be-
share this
SNL.
with you guys
It's gonna be a tough act to
simply
follow.
because it's
Okay.
weird, and we're talking about Ghostbusters.
Do it.
So it's
Do it.
about an hour before the show. Okay,
Okay.
I'm here in the studio,
Okay.
and I'm
Wicked hammered. No.
I'm wicked hammered on caramel
Try-
moonshine.
Trying to guess what you're going to say. I live with you. How could I not notice that?
That's about it. And so I'm getting the show ready. I'm building it on Blog Talk Radio. I'm getting the YouTube ready. All that stuff. I've got nothing on the board. I've got nothing on my computers
Right.
except Blog Talk Radio.
Yep.
Okay?
All right.
Yeah, there's nothing. And for those of you who have to know, when you're building on Blog Talk Radio, there's no ads or anything like that because you're building your show. All of a sudden, through my speaker, comes this ungodly growl.
Really?
Enough for me, because I work with my computers enough to know.
Like, that is not a sound my computer makes.
No,
My
that I
computer's
can
not
tell.
hungry and
Okay, I've
its
got a page
stomach
up
is-
that a video's playing.
Right.
But I know I've got nothing. And I know how my computer's hooked up. I know how my studio's hooked up. I know what comes through my speaker and what doesn't come through my speaker.
Right.
Enough for me to stop and think to myself, that ain't right.
What
was
what
that?
To
happened?
get up and walk and open the door of the studio just to make sure nobody's outside the door.
Messing with you.
It freaked me out. And I don't freak out.
That sounds about right. I mean, with all the things.
It was just,
That
and I
was-
thought to myself, I wish I would have been recording. I don't know if
Seems
it
about
would have.
right.
It was just unbelievable. Came through there, and this thing
the
lasted for, I'd
computers-
say, like 3-4 seconds.
Was it like guttural, like? Or was
Yes.
It like,
No, it was guttural. And I'm like,
something like
where did that? I mean, enough for me to stop, because normally when I'm doing my stuff, I hear things all
Yeah, you
over. I'm
hear
thinking,
static
okay,
and-
yeah. For example, I've got Nerd Bastards up right now, and if I were just to bring that up, if I could bring up a volume or something like that, you would hear this little video that's playing. I can tell when that comes on.
Right. Right.
But if it was a video, it would have continued on.
The computer
well,
was
that's
hungry, and it was
It
Stomach
came
was
straight
growling.
from my speaker in my
into
ear.
my heart.
It was the weirdest thing. Just thought I'd say that since
That
we're
is
talking
weird.
about
as we sit in the
Ghostbusters.
exact same studio.
Yeah,
But it didn't say something like "Get out."
No, it was just this guttural. Yes.
It was you.
That was you.
That's exactly what I heard.
It was almost like that. It was just the weirdest thing. Made me stop, and I thought, I almost
Would've
called
made
you.
me.
I almost went up and was like, "Hey, do you know what just happened?" It was weird. I was looking
We'll
at
have
my
to call the
security
show.
cameras. It was really, really
Talk.
weird.
What is your problem?
Yeah, it was. It was the weirdest thing. So we're gonna figure out what happened on that. Maybe do a little ghost hunt right here in
When we were
the studio.
hacked.
We're gonna spend a little bit of time at the movies.
At the movies.
At the movies.
Pretty recently.
What's going on at the movies right now? Of course, Pitch Perfect 2.
I don't know if that's
That's
still on.
singing, right? Yes, it's
Yeah.
still on. That's a lot of singing, right?
Pitch Perfect.
Yeah.
Is it teenagers singing?
It's not like.
I don't want to watch it.
No, it's more like early 20-year-olds singing.
Oh,
Think of a
I said I wanna
teenage
watch it.
movie
It's
about an
it's a
a cappella group of girls.
And it's a
I
sequel.
still don't. Wait,
It's
girls?
Anna Kendrick from Into the
Anna
Woods.
Kendrick, coincidentally, is also my jam.
Yeah. Oh,
Right.
you know Into the Woods, right?
Yes, I did watch it. I actually kind of liked it.
You did watch it.
I did.
And
Wasn't
did you
it-
like it?
I did. Deborah didn't.
'Cause
She got
she's
up and left
wrong.
about 15 minutes into the
Because she's
show.
wrong. Coincidentally, that guy.
I like
is,
Into the Woods.
the guy who's in Into the Woods is
Yeah.
on another Hulu original series called The Wrong Man.
The Wrong Man.
Another plug for just series that I like.
There's a great line in there about vitamins.
You gotta have your three essential things. You gotta have your fluids, your vitamins. Okay.
But
Good show.
that's going on. Obviously, we're going to be talking later about Jurassic World, which opens June 12th, which is a week from this Friday.
I'll be
It's
there.
gonna be
But
so exciting.
last Saturday, Jacob and I did go and see San Andreas.
Went saw San Andreas.
What did you think?
It was there. It was a movie.
Oh.
It wasn't great. Well, are we talking about that right now?
Yes, we're talking about San Andreas right now.
That's about it.
It's a disaster movie, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, by the way.
Earthquake.
I have not watched it.
Vince Giamatti's in it. Love Vince Giamatti.
And then one really
Who's he?
beautiful woman.
Vince Giamatti is he played one of the apes in Planet of the Apes. He's in a great kind of dark comedy called Sideways.
Sideways.
Let me see what else was Vince in. Let me see if I can bring up a picture of him.
The
As
name
soon
sounds
as
familiar.
you see him,
Yeah, it's one of those things. As soon as I see him, I'll know who he is.
yeah, you'll know who he is.
And then I'll say, I love that guy. Well, obviously not enough to recognize his name.
Yeah, well,
And there was also the lead woman, the Rock's daughter, and her mom, for that matter.
They're in it?
No, like not for real, like not his actual daughter. The character, his daughter.
Oh.
She was someone I had never seen before, but she was very pretty.
there he is.
Yeah,
That
okay.
was fun.
Yes, I know who he is.
Yeah.
That's Paul Giamatti.
Paul. Why did I say Vince?
Why'd you
I'm
say
so
Vince?
sorry.
Paul
I'm sorry.
Giamatti.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm sorry.
That makes more sense.
Paul Giamatti.
That's why.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Now it makes
well,
sense.
what I was thinking was, and my hook for it is, I love Paul Giamatti. I loved him. He's this great kind of somber actor. But the backstory of that is, for anybody who's a baseball fan, knows that he is the son of Bart Giamatti, who used to be the commissioner of baseball.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, nobody cares about that, but that's how I hook him.
But
And
it's
the
still
funny thing
awesome.
is,
That's awesome.
he looks just like his father. His father died of a massive heart attack, but
Salute to you, Paul Giamatti.
it's Paul Giamatti, not Vince Giamatti. I'm sorry. Yes, Paul Giamatti is in it, and he plays this scientist.
Not geologist.
Yeah,
Geologist.
yeah.
That would make sense.
Who's trying
Studies earthquakes.
and is trying to predict these things.
An earthquakeologist.
It is much like any kind of think 2012,
You ever see that movie?
That's what, yeah.
any kind of disaster
Like that.
movie that immediately starts out from the get-go as these unbelievable happenings. And what happens, and this isn't a cover your ears because there is no spoiler in
There's
this.
an earthquake.
It's a
It's about
desert.
earthquakes, y'all.
Spoiler,
Spoiler.
California falls off.
Like, that's not what it's about, but that...
No.
happens at the end is kind of
spoiler alert. If you couldn't tell from the
It's not
title
really
San Andreas, it's about an earthquake.
It's about an earthquake.
Anyway, what
And
happens
a tsunami, actually.
right at the beginning is this girl tumbles down this cliff in this car, flips like 57 times,
1,000 times.
Gets
and
out
is
walks away.
No.
Not gets out and walks away, is hanging by a thread, and of course, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson,
It's like, we're going to get you
is
out
a
of
helicopter rescue pilot
Right.
from Iraq. He's not from Iraq, but he served in Iraq, and goes and saves her. Comes out without a
here.
scratch.
He rips the door of the car off. with
And
his
from
hands.
there it gets, and
cool.
from there,
There it gets
Like,
unbelievable.
I'll save you.
yeah. You know how we talk
from
all the
there,
time.
you just-
It wasn't bad. It was
Yeah.
just a movie, you know.
So it was like 2012.
Better than 2012.
Better than
Really?
2012.
Better than
I actually,
2012.
I
By a
mean,
good deal.
2012 was ridiculous, and I loved it. I mean, it was just.
This is, you know how we always talk about, and you love those shows that are plausible, like zombies are plausible,
Yeah.
but werewolves aren't.
Yes.
That type of thing.
Yeah.
Or
Actually, it's
or
in
Lord
reverse.
of the Rings isn't plausible. It's not fantastical, but it's
Right.
plausible.
Right.
Every once in a while, there is a plausible part, and then
Yeah.
you're like, okay, okay, that's not right.
That's not right.
It's one of those things that I think the director, and Jake, I think you'll agree with me, would be like, okay, we got to get The Rock from point A to point B.
How it was the coolest way to do that.
The coolest way to do it.
We
We're
need a
gonna
lot
make-
of explosions.
It's
and
totally
fire.
unbelievable, but
But who cares?
but that's the way we got to get him there.
Right.
And that's okay. That's you got.
Well, that's what I loved about 2012 was exactly. I loved how they were in the airplane
Yeah.
flying under the falling
Yeah.
buildings. I mean, it was.
If
it was
you
great fun.
don't get up and walk out after the car scene in the first 3 minutes, you're fine.
You have to stay.
You have to stay.
There's nothing else that.
Because if you're willing to suspend belief for that
that?
part,
I was willing.
Oh, okay, I've got to watch it now.
me
I'll have to
too.
watch it.
Me too.
I'll
I
have to
was
watch
willing.
it.
Out of 10, out of 5, you give a rating for your movie.
I will give.
yeah.
I will give this from a
rating.
0 to a 5. I will give it. Let's see, 3. I'm trying to come up with a
5.
great.
Okay, 5.
No.
I got one.
3.2.
Okay, you got one. Go ahead.
I will give it a 2. Beautiful gray eyes that the
Oh, you're still hooked on the
daughter
girl.
had. She is so pretty, and I had never seen her before.
You're hooked on the
That's. I was just.
2.5
wondering-
because there are some attractive people in the movie. 2.5
Here's-
of those
They're always
gray
attractive.
eyes.
Here's the thing that you're thinking. You're just thinking, okay, how long are they going to go before she takes her shirt off, so that she's just in her tank top?
Did she take her shirt off?
Yeah,
No,
but-
not. There's no nudity in it. In her. I'm
Oh.
talking about because she
She
had
had to
on
make a
this.
tourniquet.
She had this jacket, but you could tell that. I
right.
mean, she
not
looked
staying.
good in it, and you're like, how long is it going to go? So
How long
I am.
did it go?
I don't know. It was like quarter of the movie till he got
was a
till he
good
had to have a
half hour.
tourniquet.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
about a
kinda
half an
strung you
hour.
along for a while, did they?
A little bit.
But that or 2 bulging biceps from
Two
the
bulls
rock.
from the rock. That's
Right.
exactly right. I'm going to give it 3, just very simple, 3 crashed helicopters.
3 crashed-
Everything that Dwayne Johnson, he is this expert helicopter
everything.
pilot, and everything he gets in crashes. It's unbelievable. It just crashes. He crashes 2 helicopters.
Which one is she?
That one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he crashes 2 helicopters and a
Salute to
plane.
you.
Yes, whoever her
You're
name is.
Great.
Alexandria
Salute to you, Miss Alexandria.
Daddario.
Daddario.
2
Daddario.
thumbs up on,
made that
on
one
that.
right.
Pronounce her last name.
Unbelievable. So yeah, it is definitely worth a watch.
Because it's fun.
It's fun.
It's just fun.
Suspend all belief in reality and physics, and it's fun.
Yes.
Absolutely. You suspend
I'll
that.
watch it.
I liked it. It wasn't a great movie, but I sit there watching.
like
It's fun to go to the movies.
There were times that you were like tense, like oh. It's like
Right.
hurry.
Right.
Um,
That's good.
So if you like those types of movies, San Andreas is for you. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we are going to talk about Jurassic World. You guys are going to talk about Jurassic Park and
Yes.
Jurassic World.
Yes.
You've seen Jurassic.
I've seen Jurassic Park. I know my favorite parts of the different ones. I'm looking forward to Jurassic World. I like Chris Pratt. He beefed up some on this. Just happened to be watching one of my favorite things that happens probably twice a year, is that ABC Family will run a Harry Potter weekend.
Yes.
Absolutely love when they did that. They ran a Harry Potter
best.
weekend this last weekend, and in that was some of the Jurassic World stuff that Chris Pratt was on and talking about Jurassic World, as well as this brand new dinosaur they have that is called
Indominus Rex.
Indominus Rex. We're going to take a break, and we want
Is
you
that
to
a
stay
real
with us.
dinosaur?
Right here on the other side of this break, Nerdwave Radio is going to be talking about Jurassic World. Stay with us. We'll be right back. I love that part. I got a pocket protector. Hey, welcome back to Nerdwave Radio right here on Blog Talk Radio and YouTube. I'm Derek. This is Terry. Jacob is in the studio. We are going to be talking about Jurassic World opening Friday, June 12th, right here in La Junta. I'm sure that it's going to be in La Junta. It's going to be opening, obviously, across the United States, worldwide at some particular...
Oh, yes. And I don't even care. And people are like, oh, it's not going to be any good. Whatever. Who cares? I'm excited.
Let me start off with this. Terry, you're big... do you like Jurassic Park?
I did. I loved them. I even liked the second one, which wasn't that
That
great,
was the
but it
worst
still
one,
good.
but it was still
Did you like him,
dinosaurs.
Jake?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was still dinosaurs.
I mean,
liked it.
that's all it is. If it's bad, it's a bad.
Well,
it's
that
like
and
pizza.
I like Jeff Goldblum too. So
Well,
He's
here's
my
the thing.
least favorite person in the entire existence of everyone.
Really?
I love Jeff. I love
still
Jeff
like him.
Goldblum. I liked him in one when they tried to drive the movie in two on him or around him. I didn't like that one that much.
oh, I got you.
Yeah, 2 was probably my least
I
favorite.
think he was a great supporting. 2 was the one with Amanda Kirby in it.
I still liked it.
Is that
Yeah.
right? Yeah. It was. No, it was good. I liked it.
I'm in the minority. I liked it. I thought it was okay.
Now the thing is, I didn't. I
Not a
don't
fan of
know
it.
a whole lot about Jurassic World, except that there's this new dinosaur.
I think I honestly
Indominus
Dominus
Rex.
Rex. I honestly think that it's just a continuation of the first one.
Yeah,
I
now,
think
now
they're-
they've made more of a
it's-
theme park thing, not a theme park.
It's
That's what the first one
it's
was.
it's the first idea come to life. I don't think it plays off the second or third one any. I think it's just
Christine asked me. I said Jurassic World's coming out, and she said, "What's it about?" I said, "Well, it's a Jurassic Park." And they said, "Why did they build a new? I mean, didn't they learn from the first movies
made a lot of money.
that this Jurassic Park wasn't going where every time they
Yeah.
tried to open this amusement park,
People died and got eaten.
I could totally be wrong, but I don't think they're referencing the second and third movies. I think it's like just
It's all about the
sequel.
Or are
first.
they starting all over kind of thing?
Maybe I don't know. That's just going off of trailers and things like that. But I
So
think
is
it's
it-
the
is it gonna
idea
be a-
come to life.
So is it a reboot then? Of
No,
Okay.
no. It's like
I'm
the
gonna
idea
miss
was
Sam Neill though. I liked him.
yeah, he's not in it, but Chris Pratt is,
Chris Pratt is.
and that's cool.
And it's the whole idea that this one Indominus Rex gets.
They genetically modify. The park is doing very well, I think. People really like it, and they genetically modify, create a dinosaur that is bigger and better than all the rest.
And she eats everything.
And oddly
it's
enough,
really
gets
smart.
loose.
And it's
Yeah,
really
and
smart and really
runs
dangerous.
amok.
It's called Indominus Rex.
yeah.
It's like Spinosaurus was the
Right.
bad guy in the third one.
Right.
This is the
Yeah.
bad guy in this one.
Unbelievably, and without any prior reference back to any of the other shows or anything, all of a sudden, something goes wrong in Jurassic Park.
And Chris Pratt saw it coming.
And Chris Pratt saw it coming.
They should just make his name Chris.
I think Chris Pratt is going to be a great pick for this. Even though I didn't care for him much in Guardians of the Galaxy 1 because I didn't know him that much. Again, from Parks and Rec, anybody who's a Parks and Rec fan, Chris Pratt plays Andy Dwyer. Just funny. You're not a Parks and Rec. You like Parks and Rec?
I haven't watched it. I've got to watch it. I want
You've
to.
gotta watch
and then I
it.
get sidetracked into watching like Star Trek.
From the makers of
Space Nine.
The Office, Michael
I haven't
Schur,
watched The Office either.
Greg
I've got to watch
Daniels.
that.
Greg
too.
Daniels, and Michael Schur. But Chris Pratt's going to be, he's beefed up in this. Obviously, I think it's safe to say there's going to be people running around and getting eaten.
I think, I don't
By
know.
dinosaurs.
I haven't
Just
done
thinking.
a lot of research on the backstory, just looking at trailers, honestly. But I think Chris Pratt works at the park and he trains velociraptors. I don't know. He has a connection with velociraptors. I don't know.
Come on, really?
But the cool thing about velociraptors is that
They got
they're
brains
wild,
like
man.
that. You can't train a dinosaur.
They're wild. They're crazy.
They are.
They come to wild.
But maybe that's the point. Maybe that's the
This
point.
is a big thing, and this is going to be another one of those things where the nerddom goes crazy.
That
I'm
dinosaur
sure-
never really existed.
I'm sure a lot of people will not like this movie. I'm sure it will catch a lot of flack.
Those people piss me off. I've
Don't
said
they?
that every time, every
But
episode.
it's dinosaurs,
Isn't this
man.
funny? We do something called Nerd Wave Radio. We talk about nerd stuff, and all I do
Nerds
is
make
can
me
on nerds.
mad.
What was it? Nerd fight. wasn't
Nerd,
it?
yeah, that's exactly right. It was this. There's going to be some people. I don't have any problem with people hating on movies because they don't like it. But there's going to be some crazy, stupid things that come out. It'd be like, Indominus Rex had 5 scales on it.
Indominus Rex wasn't real.
Indominus Rex, there isn't a real. This isn't real. This is made up. Sit back, relax it, you Age of Ultron haters.
But I will say,
Enjoy the movie.
I will say the more CGI that they put in, I think that's why the first one was so great, because they actually made dinosaurs. Like, they had CGI and things like that, but like a lot of the dinosaurs in there, like, were actually animatronic. Like, they were real.
Right.
And now I think all of, every single dinosaur is just 100%
Yeah.
CGI, which,
It's cheaper.
Which is what obviously you got to do that to create cool things, but I just
Yeah.
like velociraptors looking like they're real.
Again, I want to. You go back and say you have every right to not like this. People just love the Jurassic. What is it? The Michael Crichton? Is it?
Yeah.
Michael
Yeah,
Crichton, and
Crichton,
of course
yeah.
Steven Spielberg. Spielberg's involved with it, isn't he? And I don't know if he's involved with Jurassic World.
I don't know if he's with.
But they brought
Jurassic
this
World.
first one to life, and everybody just loved that Jurassic Park thing. And I say that all the time. I actually got an email the other day from a lady in California who called me an uneducated nerd-ass wannabe.
Nerd
I thought that
ass.
was
Really?
yeah.
Somebody called you that?
Oh yeah, that's funny. I love that because I
What,
guess
about what?
just about everything in the nerddom,
That's probably pretty true.
It is.
Maybe uneducated.
except
not
for
nerd
Lord of
ass.
the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, everything.
That's right.
I will say I'm probably
Spielberg
pretty
is executive producer.
He's executive
he is
producer
with
here
it.
on-
So that makes it even better.
I think what happens though, and this is what and I just want to address the nerd ass wannabe
There's
email.
no such thing as a. You have to be all in, man.
Yeah,
You can't be a passing nerd.
I agree with that.
You
The
got-
problem that I have is I think that a lot of the nerds who get into these arguments, whether it be in Transformers or the number of scales on the Jurassic I didn't like. It's fine when you're like, okay, I didn't like the conceptualization of this and everything, but when they take it to the point of thinking that they just because they don't like it, it's just absolutely a ruined movie. It just I hate that, and I think Jurassic World is going to be a great movie. It's like watching San Andreas and saying that could never happen. That's physically impossible. The physics
Right,
of that
but it's fun.
is wrong, but it's
The
just
Rock-
fun to watch.
The Rock drove a boat up a tsunami. We'll
Yes,
just
he
did.
get over it right now.
Not just that, but a
I gotta watch
rubber
this
raft
movie.
boat.
I
A
gotta
rubber
watch
raft.
this
He
movie.
drove.
I
If
gotta
that's
watch
not
this movie.
incentive to watch that movie.
These other
Do it.
high-powered boats beside him and just probably got like a
He's like,
gazillion.
oh, I got you because I'm the
couldn't,
Rock.
couldn't make it, and here's the Rock, man. Bazing, up he goes, gets on the other side, and he just makes it. Should have died like 18 times. Now, I got to ask you, Terry, we talk about this all the time, and you're a big person on this. We talk about
It's got feathers. Look at that.
fantastic. I know, fantastical
Like that.
or plausible. I can watch
There's
it because it's
different
plausible. Is Jurassic Park fantastical, or is it one of those that you look at and say, okay,
I would almost say
I get,
plausible.
I get the mosquito in the amber thing. I pulled that out. It probably couldn't happen, but it's plausible.
I
Who
think
knows
it's plausible.
what secrets lie within DNA?
Yeah.
Actually, like geneticists do.
I
But
think it's
Right. There are people who know the
geneticists
secret.
are paid to know. Are paid to know
gene
the secret.
splicing and all that kind of stuff.
So
I think it's plausible.
it is plausible.
In the
So
realm of
is
plausible.
Jurassic Park then science fiction?
I would say yes, because it involves obviously science with the possibility of
Of what could be,
Science-
even though they're
science
talking
run
about
amok with-
dinosaurs that were like
Yeah.
ancient.
I'm gonna say science fiction.
Okay, so
Dinosaurs
it,
are science. Most
now,
things are science.
have you ever read any of the Jurassic Park books?
Yes, I read the first one.
It's different than the movie. Like it's
Well, yeah.
it's quite a bit different.
It's better.
The book is better. Yeah, I've never
I
read
always
the-
think that though. So.
Well, that's usually
Did the
the case.
book
I've never
come
read
from
the
the
book.
movie, or did the movie come
No,
from
movie,
the book?
The movie came from,
from the book.
Okay,
He
so
wrote
that
the
Michael
book.
Crichton.
Yes, Michael
In
Crichton.
the
Yeah.
book, the main, I can't remember his name. The main guy who made Jurassic Park dies. He gets eaten.
Yeah, yeah. He's
Oh, the
not a
grandpa?
lovable old guy.
I can't remember.
Yeah,
he's
he's
a
not
jerk.
grandpa. He's kind of a jerk.
He's
he
a jerk in
deserves
the
it.
book. Yeah.
He deserves it.
But yeah, he gets eaten in the book, and that
Yep.
he doesn't get eaten in the movie.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fantastic. I think it's going to make all kinds of money. I think
Oh,
it's going to be there. I don't know if there is a Jurassic Park fandom
There's gotta be.
as
Oh,
much
sure.
Because
No.
I'm a part of it.
as big as say Transformers,
Probably
as
not.
big as
Oh,
Marvel,
wow. Maybe not.
but there is definitely a Jurassic Park. I know Harry Marlowe's a big Jurassic Park fan. I think probably those people who are like Godzilla lovers
Me.
probably have an affinity to Jurassic Park.
Right. Right.
And we know how they went just crazy on the Godzillas. I don't know that there is a storyline that can be betrayed in the Jurassic Park kingdom
It's like not now. With 4 out.
as much as say Godzilla or whatever. So I don't think they're going to complain that much about it, but they will. There will be
Somebody
people.
will.
There will be people who will complain about this movie. I think it's one of those movies you just go and watch and just enjoy, and not compare it to the other ones.
Right.
Because it won't be as
I wonder
good.
if it's like a standalone.
Yeah, I think that's what it should be, and I think it's going to be really good. Now, I don't know, maybe not. It could be. I think probably one of the things that I'll be watching for is, okay, is this just the same thing? You just have better computer graphics. I hope it's not that.
I hope not.
I hope Indominus Rex isn't this whole thing. That, it might be. I know that a
You gotta
lot
throw
of
some
people.
raptors in there, man.
Yeah, I know that a lot of people really. One of the beefs that they had about Godzilla's is that it went so long before you saw Godzilla.
Godzilla.
That's true.
I hope
But
Indominus
What
Rex.
is this about?
You know
I
how
still love
you know
it.
how they did that in like the first Jurassic Park. Everybody was so ready to see the dinosaurs, much like they were in the movie.
Right.
And it was like for the first 45 minutes, all we got to
there's
see
nothing.
was the brush rustling.
Yeah.
I hope that isn't the Indominus Rex here, where it's like, oh, and then all of a sudden you just, it's almost like Smaug.
But I kind of like that, as long as they
You see,
reveal it.
you just see his tail just slither by, and you're like,
Yeah.
there he was.
I kind of like, as long as they set it up for a big reveal. Like if it's just like, oh, it's just there, then
Then
no.
all of a sudden,
But if you
the
set
camera,
it up right, it'll be good.
The camera pans, and there's Indominus Rex. Here's the problem that I'm going to have.
Smiling.
Not
Smiling
knowing-
before he eats you.
Not knowing these dinosaurs, every dinosaur I see, I'll be like, "There's Indominus Rex." No, dummy, that's not it.
You'll know which
You're
one.
like, that is just awesome. But I know that she eats just everything.
She's a really big, smart dinosaur. They made it too
Cool.
powerful. They got to destroy their own
It's
weapon.
too powerful. Jurassic World with Chris Pratt. I'm not
Watch
even
it.
sure who else is in it.
It's like just Chris Pratt and others.
Not sure that anybody really cares who else is in it, except if you're like, okay, I like
Except if you're not a huge Chris Pratt fan.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think that will stop people from going. I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic. Hopefully, we will get to see it, and in a couple weeks we'll review it
And I can see that
see
before
what
I
we
go to
thought.
nationals.
Yeah, and see what we think of it. So maybe like on the 15th, our show on the 15th, we can review Jurassic World.
Okay.
And see what we think of it. Go see it.
Recognize any of it.
Jurassic World opens Friday, June 12th, in theaters everywhere. Go and see it. It is probably, I would think, the release of the summer.
Yeah, summer blockbuster or the first summer blockbuster. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, I've seen a couple shows that are coming up. When we went and saw San Andreas, Insidious 3 is coming out, which is basically the same story.
If you're into that.
Yeah, if you're into that. There's also another one. There's one coming out on TV, I believe. It's called Imaginary Friend. I want to see that one.
The Whispers.
The Whispers. That's what it's called. The Whispers.
I want to see it because it has Milo Ventimiglia in it, and he was on Heroes.
Oh, okay.
Which went south really fast, but he was on Heroes. If you liked Heroes.
Yeah, and so I like some of those. I like some of those creepy shows that are coming on. I'm not quite sure what else is coming out later on this summer, but obviously Jurassic World has to be the biggie that's coming out.
After Avengers, it'd have to be that one.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that's going to rival that in the summer. Now in the fall, I don't know. There's not a whole lot of. Usually, then movie theaters start shooting towards Christmas time.
Yeah.
But I know that obviously next year is going to be some big ones when Batman versus Superman comes out.
Can't wait.
Yeah, I haven't got into that one yet. I'm sure I will.
I'll be excited
into
that one.
Well, yeah, because you don't like.
I don't like Batman.
I don't like Ben Affleck.
I don't like Ben Affleck.
I like Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
He's got the chin for it, if nothing else. So
yeah, that's about it. He's going to take it on the chin in this.
I want to see if he does the whole Batman. I mean, is that like a prerequisite? You got to know Batman.
But I'm going to suspend all my hatred for Ben Affleck because I don't want to be one of those haters.
I will
that I talk about.
I'll be an Affleck hater.
Yes. One of the things we do want to get to before we're done here at Nerdwave Radio, it is June 1st, and it is time for Terry's Sci-Fi Book of the Month. Here's how we do it. Here's how we do it. If you go on nerdwaveradio.com, scroll down, you'll see Terry's Sci-Fi Book of the Month. We started this last month in May, and it was we had a great response. What was the name of the book?
It was Princess of Mars.
Princess of Mars.
We sent the first one to a young lady who loved it. Proceeded to go out
Kansas?
and buy
Kansas.
Yeah, Kansas.
Who proceeded to went out and buy the rest
of the series.
And which I found that was like 12 books.
Yes.
It was about the Jack Carter.
Yes, John Carter.
John Carter. John Carter.
They made a movie of it. But
I like that
from
one.
the 70s.
Yeah. Right. Absolutely. And what we do on Terry's Sci-Fi Book of the Month is we had a show not too long ago that we talked about nobody reads sci-fi anymore. Nobody reads the Jurassic Parks from Michael Crichton. Nobody reads
the movies.
Nobody reads Lord of the Rings anymore. Nobody reads anymore because we let these movies create our imagination for us. Not that there's anything wrong with that in a sense of, I'm not telling you that you have to choose between book or movie.
Right.
It's just that people have given up reading, especially some of the
imagination, folks. Yeah, come on.
Exactly. That when you read Lord of the Rings, excuse me, you have to decide what these hobbits, what these trolls, what
they look like,
what they look like, instead of letting Peter Jackson tell you what they look like.
Peter Jackson don't tell me nothing.
To imagine what Michael Crichton was seeing when he wrote Jurassic Park instead of letting Steven Spielberg. It's always good to supplement them, but we're talking about these new sci-fi books, and these are the ones that inspired Terry and that Terry's reading and really got him into science fiction. And here's how we do it. The Sci-Fi Book of the Month Club Book of the Month for June is going to be which one, Terry?
It is Midnight at the Well of Souls by, what is his name? Jack L. Chalker.
Midnight.
I drew a blank for a minute, which is really sad because this is my all-time favorite author. He started his books in the 70s, and they became hugely popular. The first book in the series can be read as a standalone. You know, you finish it, you're done. You can put it down and say that was a great book, or you can put it down and go, oh god, that sucked. I'll never read another one. Or you can fall in love with them like I did and go out and buy the next. I believe there's about maybe 10, but to me, they were fantastic. I loved them. They are
Now, is this character driven or is this story driven? In other words, does book 2 depend on the character or on the story of 1? So, in other words,
I would say the first one is character driven, characters. After that, it kind of becomes story driven because that's where people just kind of fell in love with this world that he created. So they just wanted more and more and more. And it's an excellent series. Matter of fact, this is, at the very least, I've actually started reading it again. It's my third time reading it. He's an excellent writer. I love the guy. He's my top favorite.
Jack L. Chalker.
Yes.
And so here's how we do this. The first one to email us at nerdwavetonight@gmail.com. We're going to send you. We're going to send you that book.
Now, I'll be honest. The book we send you may be slightly used.
Yeah.
Slightly.
Yeah. It's
But
going to.
to me, that's always
Character.
been cool.
Adds character.
Yeah, I've always loved getting a book
Right.
that you pick up, just like this one. A couple of creases. It's obviously been read. I
Right.
love the smell. But to me, that means that somebody's read it, has loved it, and
And it's an old book. It's not something
This
that just was
written in
published last week.
1977. To me, the 70s and 80s, to me, were like the golden years of science
Sci-fi?
fiction writing.
Writing?
Yes.
Yeah.
To me, personally.
And now the genre has come back a little bit.
I think so.
We're not. I don't know that we always agree on whether it's science fiction or not. But you look at some of the YAs that are coming out, the young adult books,
Young adult.
through the Hunger
Yes,
Games,
those are
through
actually
Divergent, and all of those books that have become hot again. Unfortunately, I think a lot of the times now authors are writing them specifically to try and get this movie deal.
Right, to get the
when
movie out.
when that wasn't really.
Yeah, that wasn't the case back
that
then.
wasn't the
you
case
wrote a
back
book
then.
because you created a fantastical world.
Because people were reading science
Yes.
fiction, or you were creating that. We've talked about that a number of times with I drew a blank.
P.L. Travers.
No, not P.L. Travers.
She wrote Mary Poppins.
No, Narnia.
C.S. Lewis.
C.S. Lewis,
C.S.
thank
Lewis.
you. With C.S.
Clive
Lewis,
Staples.
yeah, and Tolkien and those types of things, where they got to a point where there was nothing being written that they wanted to read science, fantastical wise.
So it's made their own.
So they wrote it themselves. A lot of times,
Right.
science fiction writers in the 70s would do that, or build off of something that was going in. Some of the great science fiction that I think is probably still referred back to today comes from some of those great science fiction writers. So Midnight at the Well of Souls, for those of you who are trying to build your sci-fi library. 77, is that when you said?
1977.
38
Golden.
years ago.
Golden.
You know, 38
But,
years
I mean,
ago.
like I said, I'm rereading it again. I mean, I'm falling in love with it all over again.
Mm-hmm.
I love this guy's writing. I love the characters.
Jack
This
Chalker,
dude had an imagination.
Midnight at the Well of Souls, Terry's Sci-Fi Book of the Month Club. That is the book
Read
for
it.
the month of June. Be the first one to email us at nerdwavetonight at
Don't go on your Nook and get it.
No.
Email it. Get the actual book.
Email it. We will
Yeah, get
send
the actual
one
book.
to
That's
you.
cheating.
Okay,
We
I
will
can't
s-
say nothing because I read stuff on the Nook.
Yeah.
You're a cheater.
We will send one
I
to
pay
you
for it.
free of charge. No shipping, no handling. You're the first one. You get the book.
You're the winner.
We
Great
will
book.
We will send it to you. It will probably come straight from Amazon, or it'll come straight from somewhere, wherever we can find one. Goodreads, someplace. We will find it and we will send it to you, and hopefully you will fall in love with it. And
I
just
hope
like
so.
Terry said, continue to
Read all of his
to read
books. He
them.
has
Yeah.
quite a few out there.
So we want to remind you, nerdwavetonight at gmail.com. Go see Jurassic World coming out June 12th. If you get a chance and you got a little bit extra on it, go see San Andreas.
Andreas.
It'll be worth it.
I
It's
think it'll be worth the ticket.
email us that.
It is.
Email
You'll have a
us
good-
and tell us what you think.
You'll have a good
Exactly.
story.
email us and tell us what you think.
Tell us if you think it reeked or not.
Call me names. I don't care what you do.
Don't call me names.
Dive
I'm
in.
easily offended.
Dive into the nerddom and see what you think about it. So we'll be back next Monday. I don't know what we'll be talking about. If I get another grunt here, maybe we'll do some ghost hunt right here in the studio. It will be fun. So check us out each and every Monday night, 8 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So for Terry, for myself, for Jacob, go see Jurassic World. Stay in the nerddom and join us each and every Monday for Nerd Wave Radio. We'll see you.
Bye-bye.